What is up, you guys? I am currently watching Better Late Than Single Season 2, and I am beyond frustrated, so y'all know I have to make a video because I have so many opinions. As you see on the thumbnail, save the women. The women, it's just a lot, so let's just get right into it. For my first topic, let's get into the men. The men? I don't understand what is going on with the guys. It seems like this is like a very frequent topic on Better Late Than Singles. Like the guys usually just have no social cues, whereas the women come off pretty normal. Like it seems like they just can't hold a conversation at all. And it's very off-putting because if you want to be in a relationship, you need to at least like let your guard down a little bit. But it seems like they can't even do that. Like if you watch the show, like the women are kind of running things, and I feel like that's one of the main reasons why I'm just not liking this season. I saw this Reddit post, and honestly, it exactly explained how I feel with how there's just a big gap between the way the women and men act on the show. It seems like when it comes to the women, like it seems like they have been single for a long time based off just them having high standards and just never finding a person that checked off all of their criteria. As for the men, it seems like they have been single for a while because they just have like these weird problems. Like with Hyukjun, he cuts people off extremely easily. With Jae-so, he was crying on the episode being like, oh, I can never figure out what my issue is when I go on dates. And I straight up said, it's your communication skills. And it seems like that's with a lot of the guys. They just don't have a basic conversation skill. Like if you're getting to know a woman, it's kind of like the same if you like being buddy with a guy, but it just seems like they just get overly shy and conscious when they're in front of a woman. And that's just not going to slide. That's why I kind of have a problem with the mentors as well, especially Carter Garden. But I'm going to get into them later because they are annoying me, no shade. But the guys just have no pep in their step. Even when it came to when like they had challenges for the 5-minute library, the women are the ones running and they're the ones pursuing. And that's just not okay because if these women do get in relationships with these guys, it's just like they're going to be extremely passive. Like I get it's their first relationship, but if you want to be with someone, you need to have that urge to want to like have someone in your space. And it's given that just a bunch of these guys are closed off, and a lot of them are only going for one woman. Like yes, they have their first and second choice, but their first choice is like far above their second choice, and they kind of just like close themselves off and don't really get to know the other women. And I just find that annoying. Like that's what the difference is between the women and the men, is that the women are just way more open and they want to find their person, but the guys are just kind of restricting them in a way. Like they're not letting themselves be open and really immersed in this experience. I'm just kind of over it. That's why I did not like the first season, and I wanted to just give this second season a try. I'm like, let me see. And then I was honestly excited for the first 4 episodes because it was different. I was like, okay, like the producers are they're stepping it up. There's more dates. It's fast paced. But they lost me. They lost me on this last drop because it's just like these guys, I just can't understand them at this point. One thing I struggle with this season is the Cupids. I understand that they're there to comment on what's happening, but sometimes it feels like they're analyzing every awkward moment the contestant have instead of remembering these are people who've never dated before. Of course, they're going to make mistakes. That's the entire premise of the show. Sometimes it feels less like coaching and more like public embarrassment. If someone is already insecure enough to have never dated, imagine hearing a panel of celebrities pick apart your every move on Netflix. That's not exactly going to build confidence. These contestants still have lives after filming. If they don't leave with the relationship, they have to go back into the dating world. I wonder if constant highlighting every awkward moment makes that harder for them, because now millions of people are going to associate them with those moments. I definitely feel like I have more of a bone to pick with Carter the Garden because he just doesn't stand up for the guys at all. And he's just constantly just having something negative to say. And I just feel like that's just not a good look, because now if they do have a future season, the future contestants will have to tiptoe. Now for the big question, will there be any final couples? And as of episode 6, it's honestly hard to say because there is such a big gap between the effort that the women and the men have. Shout out to Taehyun for going into the 5-minute library. But the women, like, they're the ones keeping these connections together. The guys, they're not doing much. I mean, let's just go through the graphic. I feel like Jinwoo is doing a pretty good job. Hyukjun, he's been feeling himself, so I don't really know. I feel like my main problem is with Junyoung and Suji. He is not maintaining that connection at all. He feels like he has Suji already. So that's why when Suji picked Hyukjun at the end of episode 6, I was like, good job, because he's not maintaining anything and he's not really showing effort. He's like, oh, she likes me and I like her, and then he thinks that's enough, and that's just not enough. Like, you have to show effort. Like, I get that he gave her the hand cream, but he's just not putting in enough effort. Like, what happened to pulling people for chats? Instead, he's asking Suji to pull him for a chat. I'm like, no, like, if you really want to submit things with Suji, you need to pull her for chats. Just and just have just better conversations with her. Like Suji, she is an exciting person. Like I know that Junhyung is really calm. Like I'm not saying that he needs to change that aspect about him, but he kind of just needs to like ease into Suji a bit. That's why she just has this excitement fling going on with Hyukjun, because Hyukjun, like, they share the same hobbies, and he's just way easier to speak to. Like Hyukjun, I have to give him credit. He has like the best talking skills amongst the whole male cast. Like for real, like he can actually hold a conversation with all the women, and that's why he was on a lot of other women's lists. But let me get into Hyukjun and Hanso's connection. So I know some of y'all may be upset that their connection is kind of falling, but to be honest, Hyunseo, what do you like to do? Like, if you have no hobbies, what are y'all going to do if y'all get together? Because she's like, oh, I don't like karaoke. I don't want to go to IKEA. I wanted to go on drives. I don't like to travel. I'm like, girl, what are y'all going to do then? So him pulling back, I kind of get, but before, when he was pulling back just because of the whole Tulpa situation, I didn't understand that. I just was like, you need to come on. But as I said, like, he really is too quick to cutting somebody off. That's a good skill to have, but then again, like, if you want to be in a relationship, that's why he's on the show. He definitely needs to fix that up. But yeah, he just needs to have a conversation with her about this whole hobby situation. But yeah, like Hyunseo, she needs to be more open to like going outside. Like, girl, you can't be inside and at home the whole time. Like, that's just not going to fly. But let me just go down the whole cast list and just give my overall opinions on each person. Let me start off with Jung Eun right here at the top. She's on a lot of the guys' list, but as a second option. And I don't know, like, she seems to have locked something in with Jinwoo. He seems like he's fully locked in on her after things didn't work out with Suji. So that's good on her. So I feel like they probably could be a couple at the end, but I don't have much to say about her, because she really wasn't given any camera time. I already spoke about Suji and Junyoung. Honestly, if she does get with Hyukjun, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't compare it to the situation that happened last year with, I don't remember the names, I'm sorry. The girl with the pink hair, and then the guy that we hated, and then the other girl. I wouldn't compare that to that, because it's just like, I feel like Hyukjun and Hyunseo, they kind of have a reason to like separate just based off of this hobby thing. But of course, a conversation doesn't need to be had, because she could be more open. Like, he just needs to have a conversation and be like, hey, like, if we do date, what kind of dates are we going to be going on? Because we can't just be sitting in your apartment all day and all night. Like, that's not going to be fun for me. So they do need to have a conversation about that. Hanju, it's not looking too good for Hanju. I shipped her with Jinwoo, but that's just not going to work out. Jinwoo doesn't even have her on his list. Hyukjun did choose her as a second option, but honestly, I feel like Suji kind of like wedged her way in. I wouldn't be surprised if on the next episode he says that Suji may be his second choice. He did choose Jung Eun for his for the secret space, but he did that. I just think he picked someone that he was comfortable with. But Hanju is not looking too good. My girl might be leaving solo, but it's all good. She has a great personality, and I feel like she actually can find someone outside of the show. Soohyung, I love Soohyung. I want things to work out for her. Her and Taehyun, they can have something. They just need to have a conversation. I feel like everyone just needs to have a conversation. Taehyun, I wasn't really feeling him ever. He was not like, I did not like him. I was like, this dude needs to go. Because first of all, the way he came in was crazy, because he was talking about how he was fighting with women, and that's why he couldn't date. I'm like, why are you fighting women? And then why did they let you on this show? So that was just the two questions I had behind him. But I feel like something could happen with them. That date was awkward with him telling her and Suji to calm down. Like, that was actually kind of crazy. But I feel like things could probably work out between them two. He just word vomits a lot, and I don't know, like, I feel like it might just be the TV nerves, but he gotta work on that, because he just be saying stuff sometimes. Hyunseo, I already talked about her and Hyukjun are kind of falling a bit. She has no one else to pivot to. She really didn't get to know anyone else outside of Hyukjun. I feel like she was interested in the dentist Soonhyung, but he's a problem. I'm gonna get into him in a second. Like, he is crazy. And then Soyun, unfortunately, she just hasn't made a connection with anyone on the show. Like, she's not on anyone's list. Jae-seo took a liking to her, and he just kind of has been stuck on her. So I feel like he limited his experience, because people like Soohyung was looking at him, but he just was so tunnel focused on Soyun. So I just feel like he kind of like ruined his experience a bit, because I feel like he should have been more open. As I said earlier, the guys just have not been open. Like, they're kind of like more interested in like getting to know one girl at a time. And this is a 7-day program, so you really can't do that. Like, I feel like you kind of just need to have like a rank system in place, like have 3 women, or even 2. Like once you meet all the women, like, okay, she's pretty, I like her personality, she's my ideal type, and then you get to know those people. Just kind of like have like a 3-person rank in that regard when the dating show is about this short. And I just feel like he just wasn't let himself explore. So I mean, it's just kind of on him. No shade. Now Soonhyung, his experience is the most like out of box. Like he was hopping between women, which I have no problem with that. Like that's low key fine. Like I like that you like that he's exploring because a lot of these guys were not exploring, but he just can't hold a conversation. Like his conversation is just always so awkward. I'm just like, how can he be so bad? I don't see him leaving with anyone on the show. Some of the women had him on their list, but he's just not like anyone's priority at the moment. So things are just not looking good for him. So if I had to predict final couples right now, I'm thinking Jinwoo and Jung-eun. Maybe Suji with, I mean, she might go back to Jung-young. And if Hyukjin and Hyungsoo have a really good conversation, they probably can have them. So we're looking at probably like 3 final couples, possibly. Oh, Sohyun and Taehyun, they can work out. It's like a slow burn between them. Something very organic. I love like organic things like this, but Taehyun, like, he just gotta get his mouth together, no shade. And with that, that concludes my video. I had to speak out about this season of Better Late Than Single. I just had so many frustrations, but I'm interested to know what you guys think about the season. Leave any opinions down below, and I have a video coming out for you guys next week.